Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadam Malhyam Tanati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Gurun Sri Tapadakama Sri Gurun Vaishnavansha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahaguna Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahavana Lalita Shri Visakan Vitamsya He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopisa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Taptakanchana Gourangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrisabhanu Suti Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sandhyaye Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavabhyo Namo Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Gantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 10. Prahlad, the best among exalted devotees. Text 30. Canto 7, Chapter 10, Text 30, 1-3. Bhogena punyam kusalena papam Bhogena punyam kusalena papam Kalevaram kalam javane hitva Kalevaram kala javane hitva Kirtim Visudam Suraloka Gitam Kiritim Visudam Suraloka Gitam Vitayam Esasi Mukta Kanda Banda Vitayamam Esasi Mukta Banda Bhogena Punam Kusalena Papam Kalevaram Kala Javane Hitva Kirtim Visudam Suraloka Gitam Vitayamam Esasi Mukta Banda Chant.
Bhogena punyam kushalena papam
Bhogena punyam kusalena papam
Kalevaram kala javena hitva
Kalevaram kala javena hitva
Kirtim vishuddham suraloka gitam
Kirtim vishuddham suraloka gitam
Vitayamam yeshasi mukta bandha
Vitayamam yeshasi mukta bandha. Mataji, want to try?
Bhogena punyam kushalena papam
Bhogena punyam kusalena papam
Kalevaram kala javena hitva
Kalevaram Kalajavena Hitva
Kirtim Vishuddham Suraloka Geetam
Kirtim Vishuddham Suraloka Geetam
Vidaya Mameshyasi Mukta Bandha
Vidaya Mameshyasi Mukta Bandha Bhogena, by feelings of material happiness.
By feelings of material happiness.
Punyam,
Punyam.
pious activities.
Pious activities.
Or their results.
Or their results.
Kushalena,
Kushalena.
by acting piously.
By acting piously.
Devotional service is the base of all pious activities.
Devotional service is the best of all pious activities.
Papam,
Papa.
all kinds of reactions
All kinds of reactions
to impious activities.
to impious activities.
Kalaivaram,
Kalevaram.
the material body.
The material body.
Kala Javena,
Karajavena.
by the most powerful time factor.
The most powerful time factor.
Hitva,
Hitva.
giving up.
Giving up.
Kirtim,
Kirtim.
reputation.
Reputation.
Vishuddham,
Vishuddha.
transcendental or fully purified.
Transcendental or fully purified.
Sura Loka Geetam,
Suraloka Geetam.
praise even in the heavenly planets.
Praise even in the heavenly planets.
Vitaya,
Vidaya.
spreading all through the universe.
Spreading all through the universe.
Mam,
Ma.
unto me,
Unto me.
Asia see,
Asia see.
you will come back.
You will come back.
Mukta Bandha,
Mukta Bandha.
being liberated from all bondage.
Being liberated from all bondage.
Translation and purport by Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Dhira Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Jai.
My dear Prahlad, while you are in this material world, you will exhaust all the reactions of pious activity by feeling happiness. And by acting piously, you will neutralize impious activity. Because of the powerful time factor, you will give up your body. But the glories of your activities will be sung in the upper planetary systems, and being fully freed from all bondage, you will return home back to Godhead. Purport. So the Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, Evam Pralada Shamsena Sadhana Siddhartham Nitya Siddhartham Cha Narada Diva Giryam. There are two classes of devotees, the Sadhana Siddha and the Nitya Siddha. Prahlad Maharaj is a mixed Siddha. That is, he is perfectly, partly, he is perfect partly because of executing devotional service, and partly because of eternal perfection. Thus, he is compared to such devotees as Narada. Formerly, Narada Muni was the son of a maid servant, and therefore, in his next birth, he attained perfection, sadhana siddhi, because of having executed devotional service. Yet, he is also a nitya siddha, because he never forgets the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The word kushalena is very important. One should live in the material world very expertly. The material world is known as a world of duality because one sometimes has to act impiously and sometimes has to act piously. Although one does not want to act impiously, the world is so fashioned that there is always danger. Padam, padam, jadivi, padam. Thus, even when performing devotional service, a devotee has to create many enemies. Prahlad Maharaj himself had the experience of this, for even his father became his enemy. A devotee should expertly manage to think always of the Supreme Lord, so that the reactions of suffering cannot touch him. This is the expert management of Pap Punya, pious and impious activities. An exalted devotee like Prahlad Maharaj is Jivan Mukta. He is liberated even in this very life, in the material body. That is the end of Srila Prabhupada's purport. Text 18 of Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 10, entitled Prahlad, the best among exalted devotees. Prahlad Maharaj ki jai.
Jai.
Why did you select this verse? What is in your mind?
It is covering from the beginning to the end, like material life, pious, impious activities till the point of going back to body. So it is covering the whole journey.
Okay. Okay, thank you. My dear Prahlad, while you are in this material world, you will exhaust all the reactions of pious activity by feeling happiness. And by acting piously, you will neutralize impious activity. Because of the powerful time factor, you will give up your body. But the glories of the activities will be sung in the upper planetary systems. And being fully freed from all bondage, you will return home back to Godhead. In the purport, Prabhu has quoted Vishnu Chakrabarti Thakur and describing Nitya Siddha and Nitya Sadhana Siddha and Nitya Siddha. Okay, Sadhana Siddha. So Prahlad Maharaj has two personalities in one. It is said here, he is perfect partly because of executing devotional service. So this is referring to his life when he was a Brahmana. As a Brahmana boy, although he was born in a Brahmana family, he didn't practice anything devotional. In this life, in a previous life before that life of being a Brahmana, he has done some other thing. But as a Brahmana, he did nothing spiritual. Bhagavad Gita Lord Krishna has spent little endeavor in this process, save one from most abominable things. So as a Brahmana, Prahlad was not practicing. His three brothers were devotional. They were practicing nicely like their father, but he was not practicing. And he had a very bad character that is addicted to sinful activities. He had a girlfriend, and he goes to every day. So because of fortune, he went to see his girlfriend on the Singhadev Chaturdasi. On the Singhadev, considering the activity he had performed in the past, he made him and the girlfriend to quarrel the whole night. So no sanctification. Because of that, the Lord promoted him to become Prahlad. Therefore it is said here, he is perfect partly because of devotional service. Two, and partly because of eternal perfection. That is referring to his second person. There are two persons in one. Who is eternal servant of Lord Nrsimhadeva. There are two souls in one body. And one person. It's not a surprise because we have so many personalities like this. Asatama is four persons in one. It's Yamaraj, it's Shiva, and lust and anger. Four persons in one. We're going to his cave now. We're going to Asatama cave. Because you see him there, he's still there? Hmm? Yeah. So he's there? You're going to see him there? Anyway, I heard from Dinabandhu Prabhu that he's there in Vrindavan. He said, you're not in Dwaraka now. He said, of course, nothing stopped him from moving around. He has right to move around everywhere. But invisible. Sometimes he's visible. When one is fortunate, you can see him. So we have many personalities who are 2 in 1 or 3 in 1. Many devotees like that. Both in Chaitanya Lila and Krishna Lila, we have people, many devotees like this. Sanatana Goswami. Sanatana Goswami, how many persons in one? Sanatana Goswami is in Manjari. He is Kamdev and he is Sanatana Kumar. So there are 3 persons in one. That's Sanatana Goswami. The souls who have divided into 2 and they are also living eternally. Narada Muni, so he was Pandit. They separate into 2. Both of them are living eternally, separate. They are both entities. So the soul can expand. Not only Krishna expand. Even Jiva can also expand. When there is a need for service, Krishna expand. So also the Jiva, when Krishna wanted him to expand for a particular service, they also expand. Nanda Maharaj and Yashodamai, 4 persons. There are 4. The same thing with Vasudeva and Devaki, 4. In Goloka Vrindavan, Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda. In Vaikuntha, Drona and Dara. In the heavenly plan among the demigods, Drona and Dara. In Gokul Vrindavan, Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj. The same with other personality, Vasudeva, the same with Sudama. Sudama is Sudama in Goloka, Garuda and Garuda in Vaikuntha. It's Garuda in the heavenly planet, it's Sudama in Gokul Vrindavan, here Gokul Vrindavan. So it is not surprised that Prahlad Maharaj also is 2 persons in one. And devotional service make everything perfect, as Prabhu is speaking here. Thus he is compared to such devotees as Narada. And Narada himself is mentioned here. He was Gandharva, very, very beautiful, handsome Gandharva. but he became the son of my servant. And fortunately, he met with the Bhagavatas. So he became eternal transcendental spaceman. He can travel everywhere and preach Krishna consciousness. Prahlad Maharaj can travel everywhere and preach Krishna consciousness. Sanatana Goswami said to see Prahlad Maharaj, to hear Prahlad Maharaj, to touch Prahlad Maharaj, one will go back to Godhead. Three things: seeing him, hearing him, and seeing him or touching him. If you touch him, if you hear him, if you see him. You see Prahlad Maharaj every day in the altar. Prahlad, in the singer, Prahlad. Yes. But we don't see it as a problem. Seeing doesn't mean, when you say darshan, is not seeing the dresses and ornamented things. Is to see him as a person and communicate with him. That is darshan. By that, one will not take birth again in this material world. So we have to learn the science of bhakti. If we don't understand the science of bhakti, we will not succeed. Even though we are doing the same thing every day, the same thing every day we are doing, the same thing we are doing every day can keep us doing this for a million lifetimes. And the same thing can give us perfection immediately, depending on the quality of our practice, how we involve ourselves into the process. And the mercy we have gotten from the pure devotees. The word Kusalena is very important. One should live in the material world very expertly. It is very important. We should live in the material world very expertly. Expert. One of the qualities of a devotee, the 26 qualities of a devotee, one is expert. What is being expert? How do we live expertly in the material world? And we should live here, according to the Bhagavad Gita, Ivam Basa. Ivam Abasa. A lotus lives in the water, but you don't touch the water. So live expertly in this material world means a devotee who is very, very conscious, who is very, very conscious in his or her Krishna consciousness. That Prabhupada said, the material world is known as a world of duality because one sometimes has to act impiously and sometimes has to act piously. Although one does not want to act impiously, the world is so fashioned that there is always danger. Thus, even when performing devotional service, a devotee has to create so many enemies. So many enemies. Just to be a devotee, it is difficult to understand that because to have enemies being in the material world, because we become envious of each other when we see how we are progressing. So also to have enemy in Krishna consciousness, one would be wondering, we shouldn't expect it, right? But why would you not expect it? Are we all free from envy? What is making us to have enemy or to be enemy of somebody, or we have also somebody as an enemy, because of envious nature, which is following us to where we are. Because we have this envious nature, we will apply it wherever we are. And especially, even if one does not have envy, you will attract so many envious eyes if you are doing the right thing in devotional service. So, if one is not careful, will become distracted by negative projections of other people. So Prabhupada is saying we should live expertly, means we should live our Krishna conscious life in such a way that we're not affected by all the negative projections that people show to us. We should expect it that will happen. We shouldn't be surprised that we have so many enemies in Krishna consciousness. We should not be surprised. This material world. We shouldn't forget there were no demons in Vrindavan until Krishna came there. There were no enemies, no demons there. As soon as Krishna came, so many enemies come inside. Because if you are making advancement, we have explained this many times, if you are making advancement, those who are not making advancement will be happy with you. Those who are not making advancement, they will not be happy. One, you are exposing their deviations. Two, a criminal doesn't like to see police. Even the police not coming for him. He knows that it's very sinful. So if a person is not making advancement, he will not be happy to see someone who is making advancement. Except one is very, very fortunate that you are in the mood of goodness. You will appreciate. In Kali Yuga, the mode of goodness is zero. Passion and ignorance is dominating. Goodness is not there. Therefore, we should expect that the next person sitting with you is envious of your progress. Even though both of you are doing the same thing, is envious. And they are going to paint this envy in such a way that you would think that they care for you. Prabhu, don't wake up too early to chant, you'll be sick. So, it means I care for you, but I'm not caring for you. I'm talking because I'm envious. I cannot get up the time you're getting up. Don't wake up early, you'll be sick. It's not advice, it is envy. Prabhu, this religion is kitchen religion. This is kitchen religion. Kitchen. Kitchen means to eat nicely. Prabhupada told you only two things. Chant with the tongue, hear with the ear, only two things. It didn't mention fasting. Two things Prabhupada said. Chant with the tongue, hear with the ear. Back of God's head. Is it easy like that? That is how bhakti is. Bhakti is so easy, so cheap like that. Have we checked the quality of our chanting? Have we checked the quality of our mindset? How we are thinking about other brothers and sisters? Have we checked the quality? How do we think about each other? We are not talking about other people. People who are doing the same thing that we are doing. Do we think about them favorably? So what kind of Hare Krishna mantra, what kind of hearing you're going to get from your chanting that will take you back home, back to Godhead? We should live in this world in an expert way, means that we should have a very sound practice so that none of these envious things, none of the hatred we project, all the dualities will not affect us. That is being expert. Expert means that we know what to do and we are doing it successfully. It's expert. We are practicing very nicely. Like the dictations of the mind will never tell us anything wonderful. The mind will tell us something which will not fix, which will not help us at the nature of the mind. Therefore, a devotee who wants to be successful in Krishna consciousness will neglect the mind. We should neglect the mind. Neglect. If you want to succeed, neglect the mind by being expert. If you don't neglect the mind, you are not an expert devotee. It means that Whatever happens here in the material world will affect us. Yes. We should live expertly. We have many examples of devotees who live this kind of life. Dhira Swami, collaborate, Dhira Swami, collaborate. Extremely poor, extremely very, very poor. He is spiritually very rich, devotionally rich. One time we were having kirtan, he was dancing, and people look at him. See, he doesn't have anything to eat, but now I want to show that he has bhakti. Kollabis, he didn't hear, but we hear what people say about us. Means we are not experts. Kollabis, he didn't hear what people are saying about him. He's there in the middle of the people who are talking about him. See, he don't have anything to eat, but he want to show that he has bhakti. See, he's dancing. Look at his dress. He didn't hear, he didn't see the people. We hear, we see the people. We are distracted. If you are not expert, the word people use, kusalena. Kusalena. The expert. Prabhu Maharaj is expert. He was not affected by what his father was doing to him. He was not affected. This happened before his face, directly. His own father wanted to kill him by all means. He tried so many ways to kill him. But Prabhupada was not affected. Kusalena. Expert. Live in the material world in an expert way. He's not affected by dualities of this material world. And the dualities of this material world is increasing every day. It's not going to go down. It is increasing, it will continue to increase. So we should increase also the quality of our practice. Without that, we will be affected by what is happening. Yes. A devotee should expertly manage to think all ways of the Supreme Lord so that the reactions of suffering cannot touch him. In the beginning it is mentioned, if everything is going very nicely with you, means what? Diminishing your piety, not increasing. When we are suffering, means what? We're increasing our piety. It is better for us to suffer. You want that? Yeah? This is too much. Means you don't want to grow. Anyone who says, this is too much, means I don't want to grow, Krishna. Just leave me where I am. Don't push me. I'm okay. If you're okay, you don't complain. Want to grow means that nothing is too much. Everything is accepted with joy. Everything is accepted with joy. So we should know, I'm diminishing my piety, all my pious result is going down when you start having very good, everything is going very nicely. The whole world is glorifying you, worshiping you, giving you this, giving that, you have a good health, everything is going nicely. Reducing the piety. The good things are going down. You are withdrawing money from your account. What will happen? It will become empty one day. If you are not adding, you are simply taking. To add means we should accept all the unnecessary thing that comes our way. Why? Because that is giving us the purification. And because it's giving purification, we're increasing our fortune to go back to Godhead. So that in the second day we telling Prahlad Maharaj, he lived expertly you'll be glorified. Among the exalted devotees, you'll be glorified. You'll be glorified among the exalted devotees. In the heavenly order of planetary system, people will glorify you because of exalted qualities and devotion. You may leave the body, but their wonderful activity will remain eternally. That is, one who has lived expert life. And the devotees should be like that. A devotee means that we should do something wonderful that when we physically live, our wonderful activities will remain for eternity. And people will come generations after generations to hear the exalted Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj, what was his time? Satya Yoga. Which one? Satya. But today, we are enjoying. This is how devotees will live life in Krishna consciousness. It's not a place for laziness. Not like just come and chant Krishna and just go back to God here. We must do something significantly that people will remember. You look, all of our acharyas, this is what they did. You can't see one of our acharyas who have become acharya without doing something which maintain the process of bhakti. So we should think like this. We should think this way. Yes. It is not false ego. That is not false ego. It should be done. We should think like this. Always looking for something to help the whole world, even the enemies. A devotee should expertly manage to think always of the Supreme Lord so that the reactions of suffering cannot touch him. This is the expert management of punya, pious and impious activities. An exalted devotee like Prahlad Maharaj is Jivan Mukta. He is liberated even in this life, in this very life, in the material body. So really liberated by his activities. So when he leaves the body, Lord Krishna said, you will be fully free from all bondage and you will return back home, back to Godhead. Hare Krishna. Okay. Comment? Question?
The translation, Lord is saying to Prahlad Maharaj that with piety you can break the negative impacts of the impious activities you have done. So how do we understand? With piety we can reduce the negative impact of the impious activities done before. So how do we understand that part? Because it is said that as devotees also we have to suffer whatever good and bad we do. But Lord here is mentioning that with piety you can reduce that.
Yes, if you do something good.
So the negative impact will go.
Yes. If you do something good, all negative things will go. That does not mean that you not suffer. Of course, we'll not use the word suffer for pure devotee. What difficulties are there? The difficulties, as far as one is in this material world, cannot be free. You cannot be free. You get a lot of things. Yeah.
Maharaj, I have two questions. Number one, you said we should not hear when other people are criticizing, or like Kula Vijay Sridhar, he didn't hear anything. So I am hearing everything within my ears. But the problem is, the person spoke once, but inside my mind speaks 1,000 times the same sentence as it is that the person said. Every time I see that person, the mind says, he told me this. Same. So this goes on for days. Now this is the nature of my mind. That person has spoken once. Now how not to hear? My mind is only speaking. And you said neglect the mind, but the voice is coming. If I neglect also, okay, avoid. But that drama is going on inside.
Neglect the mind means you don't hear. Yes, we are hearing because we are external devotees.
Yeah.
External devotees. That's why we can hear. We are. That's why we can hear. Kolave said that he didn't hear because he is internal devotee. So he's absorbed in Krishna consciousness so that all his senses are saturated with Krishna consciousness. He doesn't hear anything outside. He doesn't hear anything. See, we have to practice being absorbed in Krishna. And to be absorbed in Krishna, we have to hear continuously. We have to hear. And whatever we hear, we should meditate on it. We should think about it. Just like the man is thinking about the negative thing people say, we should think about the things we hear about Krishna. Krishna have these qualities, Krishna have this pastor, Krishna have this thing, all these devotees, you should hear those ones. If you practice hearing those things, you replace the nonsense one. That is how to do away with it. It will not just go like that. You have to work on it to be able to get out of it. So, Krishna is always very kind that he always shows us where we are so we can know how to adjust ourselves. So in this way, Krishna is showing us that we're not so absorbed in him. That's the meaning. So now we should practice. You can't practice if you're not hear about him. We'll be hearing about him regularly. Why our child has so many things for us? We have that to keep us busy in hearing about Krishna. So we're so busy in hearing that we don't have time for anything else. So in this way, we'll be off. We are different. You cannot just say, oh, I just neglected mind, you stupid mind, I've neglected you. It will not go like that. You have to really engage your mind seriously in planning how to do your devotional service. So plan it. Yes. If you don't plan it, it's not going to come out wonderful. You have to plan it, how to do the devotional service. You have to plan it seriously. Thinking how to make it best, better. So this is how to neglect your mind. Then you are free. If not, you're going to think about other things, which will not help us. Second question.
There are some initiated devotees in ISKCON and initiated by bona fide pure devotees.
Yes.
So now, when I tell them fast or eat less or do some austerities, so they told me that our Guru has not said anything like that. So then I remembered your words that you had said once, I am telling you all this, in one lecture only you said, I am telling you all this because I love you. So even his bona fide Guru would be loving all his disciples, but I also heard some lectures and nothing was there as such. So I wanted to ask, what about those devotees? They are saying, okay, your Guru is saying you do, our is not saying, so we will not do. Our is saying only 16 rounds, 4 executive principles. That we are following. So I wanted to ask that, what about them then? Because you said it's not so easy to go back home, back to God like this only.
Yes, they are not ready, so leave them.
The Guru is also not telling them.
So leave them until their Guru will tell them, next life. Next life they will get that. So you have done your best. You have done your best, you don't accept it, it's okay. So do your own. Yeah. They're doing all the things Gurudev told them. All the things Guru told them they're doing. Are they doing all the things that the Guru told them to do?
I don't know Maharaj, what their Guru must have told them.
Yeah. Don't worry, just do your own. We're going to move forward as we are making advancement. We will get all the things we need as we are making advancement. You get. If you are not making advancement, even though the things are there, you will not see them. If we are making advancement, we see them. Then we can make use of them. Yes.
Maharaj Lord says forgetfulness and remembrance and forgetfulness comes from me. So how to relate it, like
Forgetfulness.
Remembrance and forgetfulness.
so it is only for the pure devotees, like what Lord says this.
Everybody. Everybody. Whoever wants to remember Krishna, so Krishna make it. If you are not ready, I'll say you're not. He knew that everybody. Not all the pure devotees. For pure devotees, their one is already there. So they always remember. And their devotion is going on nicely. Others who are not ready, okay. The Krishna is available and presented to everybody. But you see, so many people have not even heard about Krishna. Even those who live very close to them, they have not heard about Krishna. They never see devotees. Somehow or other, they have not seen devotees. They are very close to the temple. They never heard about Krishna. They didn't see devotees. So. Why? Because they don't want. So Krishna will kill them like that. Those who want, Krishna will make it happen. People will travel a long distance to come to Hare Krishna temple, but those who live there, they go a long way to go and gratify senses somewhere. They don't come to the temple. They are lamenting, oh, if I wish I live very close to the temple, I can attend program every day. But those who live very close to the temple, they don't know, they don't attend. Instead, they will become envious. Why are you making noise? Can allow you to sleep. They are not fortunate. So Krishna will not give us the chance. Right?
Just recently, I realized that some of the devotees, they are very judgmental. So, anything, any information they get, they pass their judgment, whether it is right or wrong. So, I found my own ways of distancing from them and not giving them any information for them to pass judgment. So, this is the correct way of dealing with judgmental devotees.
Yes. Yeah. Krishna already gave us intelligence, so you have to know how to use it. Give away. And those who are not interested, give them their space. Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Lord Bhakti Dhira Damodara. Hare Krishna.